Hey everybody, it's Jeff. My reaction to Breaking Bad last week was pretty popular, so I thought I'd do another one reacting to this week's episode, which was episode 8, and it's called I See You. And so yeah, they didn't quite top last episode. No one was probably expecting that, but it was a pretty good episode, especially some parts near the end that took place in the hospital where Hank is recovering from getting shot, as well as the other guy getting crushed is in the hospital. So he didn't die, like I said. I was wrong about that. Um, just like a couple things about this episode. Jesse, who I thought we were seeing a wiser, older Jesse this season, but apparently I was wrong. He's kind of turning into an idiot again. And despite a great performance from Aaron Paul last episode, I'm kind of not starting not to like Jesse. I mean, he gets so many lessons and so many chances, and he keeps going back to being Jesse. And so, like the whole episode, he's stuck inside the lab waiting for Walt, who's at the hospital watching over Hank. And the whole time he's like impatient. I thought for sure he's gonna start screwing around with the lab equipment, trying to cook on his own. Thankfully, he didn't do that, but he's still just kind of being an idiot. And then in the previews for the next episode, which I'll talk about at the end, I don't really like where his story's going. Now, the most exciting stuff in this episode, though, did happen in the hospital. Surprisingly, I didn't think much was going to happen, but it ended up having a really cool assassination, I guess, in it. Gustavo don't play, man. Gustavo is the most badass character ever. So, the whole time, this episode allowed Walter to get an idea more of what was going on. Walter wasn't too slow about it. He started piecing it together, like, why was Hank attacked? Who is this guy in the hospital that attacked him? And it didn't, I think he put it together pretty quickly that these guys were taking revenge for Tuco. There was a great scene with Walter going up with the DEA agents to go see the guy that attacked Hank. And the guy's laying there in the bed with his legs cut off. He turns and sees. Did I say Hank? Walt. He turns and sees Walt. He just like crawls out of the bed and starts trying to crawl over. His stumps are bleeding all over the floor. He's like trying to go after Walt, like saying, "I'm gonna kill you." And then you have the Mexicans putting pressure on Gustavo, which I thought would be something that built up throughout the rest of the season. Apparently not. So, anyways, and obviously this is completely spoiler filled, and it's for people that watch the episode. So don't watch this if you don't watch Breaking Bad. Why would you watch it anyways? Um, And then Gustavo comes to the hospital, which I was like, this is so weird. This is not Gustavo. Why would he be doing this? You think, they set it up well. You think he's just there to send a message to Walter that he knows about. That's something that they didn't. I don't think Gustavo knew about his cancer. Maybe he did. I could be wrong. But, he was definitely sending a message that he knew about Hank, and he was watching what was going on. So Gustavo go. This is so good. You only think he's there to send a message. He like, shows up, brings a bunch of chicken for the DEA agents, so they leave watch of Hank and, more importantly, the Mexican guy, the assassin. And Gustavo goes and says hi to Walt and his family, and says that he met Hank somewhere. Maybe he did. Who knows? And he said he just wanted to support him, and he's offering a $10,000 reward for any information regarding the attack. This guy's great. I love this character. Uh, but really, what Gustavo was doing was tying up loose ends. He wasn't really there to send Walt a message at all. I guess that was maybe a secondary goal, or some icing on the cake or whatever. But he was there to kill the Mexican because the Mexicans were becoming a problem. He didn't want the Mexican getting out alive and saying that that one he was going after Walter White, but this guy Gustavo gave him the okay to kill a DEA agent. That would definitely send problems Gustavo's way. So he was there to kill the Mexican assassin, and the way he did it was by distracting all the cops with chicken. That's the dark humor that I'm talking about with Breaking Bad. And so that was just a badass. This is a badass assassination, and then Walter following Gustavo out. And Walter doesn't know that the Mexican is already dead upstairs. Walt follows Gustavo out, and he's asking him, well, please give me some information about what's going on. I'd like a clue what's going on here. And Gustavo says, I wouldn't worry about the Mexican. He was gravely injured. Cut to right to the next scene. The hospital staff discovering the Mexican with the stumps, unconscious, dead. So, Gustavo had his henchman guy, that ugly looking old guy, kill him. Probably suffocated him or something, who knows. And if that wasn't, if Gustavo wasn't badass enough right there, he takes out the whole, basically Mexican gang, the whole family from across the border that was up his ass. He's on the phone with the guy on his cell phone. And the guy thought it was federales outside, but it was Gustavo's men coming in to kill him. Cool. Cool episode. Another, definitely better than the first half. Not quite as good as last week, but nothing's going to be good as next week, probably till the finale. And where is it going from here? The preview kind of set up some things that I'm not too thrilled about if that's the way they're really going. It looks like the big thing that was given away in the preview, and also in the scene every week on AMC TV, they put up a scene from next week. This week was a pretty short one. It was like a minute and 52 seconds long. But from that scene and the preview, they make it look like Jesse wants to go independent again and try to go run a business selling the meth with his two idiot buddies, which, yeah, that's a brilliant idea, right? Let's go with the huge, basically multinational corporation and this, high-tech lab and Walt, who has a brain, or the scene they show on AMC TV is so stupid. He's like, what's the fun of being an outlaw if you have to have responsibilities, man? God, I hope not. I hope he wises up next episode and goes, that's a dumb idea, because they make it look not only is he planning on going on independent, but stealing the batch that he and Walt are making, which is like a 400-pound batch. If he's stupid enough to do that, I hope they kill him by the end of the season, honestly. God. It looks like Skylar kind of knows something's up, that Hank wasn't attacked randomly. I hope there's some more tension coming up. I'm sure there will be between Gustavo and Walt. They play off each other pretty well. Two square criminals. So anyway, that's my reaction to this episode. I thought it was awesome. I'm sure everyone else that watched it loved it. And Gustavo and Hank, man, who knew? It's two of the best characters on the show. Jesse turning back into a dumbass. I really would like to see him become smart and kind of take after Walter, but doesn't look like it's meant to be in this series. I don't really see Jesse ever becoming an adult. I think he'll end up dead at some point before the series is over. So anyways, thanks for watching. Maybe I'll do one next week for the rest of the season. Who knows?